Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I'm going to show you two styles in one. So this style actually starts off as a flat twist style that I pinned up and wore the entire week. And now I finally untwisted it and we've got this flat twist that you see here. So whether you're looking for a protective style or whether you're looking for something to twist out and have fun and let your hair be free, I've got both for you in this one video. So I have actually washed my hair since then and put it back in the 3 sections. And now I am going to proceed to do the flat twists again on this wet hair, just so you can have an idea of how your grip may need to be a little bit different if your hair is wet versus on completely dry hair. So we're gonna jump right into this with sectioning off this first section and making that very first flat twist. So we are gonna start off with a flat twist here, and if you are still wanting to know how to do a flat twist, check out the part 1 of this video where I go into a lot of detail as to how to grip your hair and the motions that your fingers need to do. But as just a quick recap, we're gonna go over that again. So I am brushing this part out, making sure it's as detangled as possible. You really have to make sure that this section is detangled, especially with my texture of hair and with my hair being completely wet at this point. Adding a little holding product. I did previously moisturize my hair, so this is just to make sure I have a decent hold in this twist out. I'm going to section off a part at the very top and split that in half and proceed to make a quick 2-strand twist. I'm going to use my finger as a divider, pinching motion, direct. Divider, pinching motion, and direct. Use that finger as a divider, pinching motion, and direct. And I'm going to continue that down all the way until the very end of my hair. So once I get to the part where my hair is no longer attached to my head, I will continue to do a 2-strand twist. So all of this is detailed in my previous video, which is how to do a flat twist. So again, if you need more details on that, make sure to check that out. So here we are at the very end. I'm going to detangle just a little bit more with my brush. And now I'm going to continue to do a 2-strand twist all the way down to the very, very end. So as you can see here, there is extra product on my hair, which I'll kind of rotate this hair around my finger here in a second to get any extra product off and kind of drag that down. But ultimately this will dry clear, so this is not a problem that I will have to worry about. So I'm going to fast forward here, but I am continuing that same process of doing a 2-strand flat twist. I have sectioned off this piece of my hair and I'm going to detangle. Add a little bit of product here so that I can get a decent hold. And make sure that I go in at the top, separate as if I'm doing a 2-strand twist. And I am doing my pinching and grabbing motion all the way down to the end. And this part is the part that is considered the flat twist option. So I'm going to continue this all the way down, and once I get to the bottom where it is no longer attached to my head, I'm going to continue to detangle and finish my 2-strand twist all the way down to the very end. So I'm going to show you this to you one more time here on this section so we can kind of finish off this part, and I'm going to let you enjoy some music in the meantime. Now moving to the opposite side of my head, I am still doing the same method for the 2-strand twist, going all the way down to the very end of my hair. And when I get to the part that is no longer attached, just as we did previously on the opposite side, I am going to do a 2-strand twist. And for some reason, this side of my head has shorter hair. So as you can see, it's a little bit shorter on this end, but I'm just continuing with the same process. We are going to continue to divide out another section and make a thin part going straight down the back. taking my time, kind of using my fingers to feel if it's fairly straight, and that is good enough. Clipping that up, adding some holding product, detangling with my brush, and I am going to proceed to flat twist. Section off a 2-strand section and continuing down all the way until it is no longer connected to my head. And that is where I am going to then implement doing the 2-strand twist. And as you can see, there is still product on this side as well, but I am continuing all the way down and making sure that I am twisting everything up all the way to the very end. Twirling around my finger, and that looks pretty good. Everything's nice and clean. So now we are on to the front. I have completed the back, and I will show you that a little bit later. But I'm going to section off another little part. This is going to kind of be angled towards my eyebrow to make another small part to have a different section than the very top that I kind of want to cascade to the front. So I am clipping that part away, putting it to the side, and we are going to continue with the same method that we've done all the way around the perimeter of my head at this point. And we're going to have a flat twist that we are going to continue all the way down until it is no longer attached to my head. And I'm going to wrap up that flat twist with a 2-strand twist. So we're starting off with making a part. We will proceed with the rest of our basic method for a flat twist. So this is the very last twist on the perimeter portion of my head. We're doing the same method here, but I think it's important to know that you want to have decently straight parts, because if you're going to wear this as a protective style for a couple of days, you want the parts to look good. But then also you want to make sure your sections that you're dividing out with your finger are also fairly even, so that when you untwist the hairstyle, the twist out looks good as well. So we're going to move on to the very top. I'm kind of angling it towards the front of my head and using that second twist as a marker. I'm going to clean this part up just a little bit. It is a little crooked for my liking, and just make sure that everything is as crisp and clean as possible. Adding a little holding product here on both sides. Running it down towards the end. Using my brush to detangle, and we are going to do that same flat twist method, but instead of going down, I'm actually heading towards the front of my head and kind of following my hairline here all the way to the side. So I'm going to continue this process for this entire section. I am going to show you one more parted section on the very top, so you can see kind of the direction and the pattern that I created here to get this kind of bang-esque area when it is finally twisted out. Clip that part away, add a little holding product on both sides, detangle just a little bit here, and we're going to continue to flat twist towards the front, and we're keeping that same part that we made, which is kind of angling it towards the front for us and keeping everything nice and clean. This is a 2-strand twist here. I'm going all the way down to the very end. So I have completely flat twisted my entire head. We just kind of continue with this straight down pattern all the way across the back. And I continued that here on the side as well, kind of separating everything that was going here in this front section. I started at a diagonal and kind of continue that pattern down the front. So at this point, if I was going to sleep, staying around the house, I would go ahead and put rollers on the end or put a bantu knot on the end of this so that they can have a slight curl in the morning. But I am going to head out for a couple of minutes, so I am going to pin this up and away. Typically, if I'm heading out and my hair is as wet as it is right now, I would love the opportunity to let the heat that is outside assist with the drying. But if you don't really want to pin it up, you want to go ahead and put your rollers in, you can always throw a hat on. I'm trying to stay away from the hat today, so we're simply just going to kind of pin everything up and back. I'm going to take the edges, kind of roll them to the back, and then, I don't know, figure out something with this and roll it and tuck it. Enough to get out of the house. Not anything fancy, but enough to make it. So here I am simply twirling each twist around my finger to make sure everything is nice and tight and secure. And I did about half of the twist towards the middle of my head, and I'm rolling this part up and over. So you can see it's rolling up and over, and I'm pinning it right in the back and the center of my head with 2 bobby pins. A nice little roll, just a simple roll and pin here. I'm going to now clip this top part out of the way so that I can twirl these twists on the opposite side around my finger as well, because I'm wanting to recreate that same kind of twist and roll on this side as well. Twisting over, and I'm going to pin it down in the center. Now I do have a couple of bobby pins here that are exposed, which I did correct a little bit later on in the day. But you know, to make things more believable, seeing less bobby pins is better. Here I'm just giving you a quick 360 of how everything looks. Rolled here on the side, pinned to the middle, and rolled on the opposite side and pinned to the middle as well. So I will return in the morning. We will untwist this. By then I would have added rollers to the end. If you want to know more about how to add rollers to the end or what type of rollers I use, as well as how to create the hanging bantu knot, check the info cards up above. There is a tutorial that shows you exactly how to do that. So I'm just going to repeat that process. Originally my plan was to pin this part up. It is a little stringy on the end, but just gonna let it be. I'm going out, run my errands, do what I have to do, and I will be back with you guys in the morning. And now we're here to unravel. I've already unraveled the remainder of the perimeter of my head. I saved these 3 twists just for you guys. So as you can see, this untwisting process is very easy because we took our time when we twisted it, and everything has its very own separate section. So this does a couple of things for us. It reduces frizz, and it makes sure that we don't break off any hair when we're actually separating our hair for the twist out. Everything looks good, clean, we've got great definition. So we're gonna move on doing the same process, starting to unravel from the very end of the twist. And when we get to the part that is attached to our head, we're gonna find that one little piece that we can separate and divide it. Find that one little piece, separate and divide. Find that one piece, divide, 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 until we get to the very top. So another thing to notice is the fact that we detangled our hair well also helps us make sure that this part is a lot easier and everything is clean and as frizz-free as humanly possible. So I'm going to continue this all the way up to the very top of this twist. And now we're going to move on to the top portion of our head. And I have sped this up a little bit because it's the same process as the side. And you can see that the definition is really good. So this is actually a week later. This is not the next day, but I've still got great definition. So even though there's a little frizz in the actual protective styles of wearing the twist, it doesn't affect the actual twist out process. So when you're looking for a style and you're like, it's been more than a couple days, there's no need to worry. Simply using my pick contraption here to shape and fluff everything. As you can see on my right side, I was a little lazy with those bantu knots, so we've got some stringy ends that aren't curled. So I'm going to have to, tuck and fake it over there on that section to get it to look as good as possible. But this is where you get to have fun. You can, make it fit your face, frame your face to the best of your ability, and really show off whatever assets you have. So if one side's better than another, then, pull your bangs that way. make it work for you. Ultimately, have fun. It really is not that serious. You will have a new hairstyle next week, but in the meantime, we can make it look good and have fun. Just gonna give you a quick little spin around here. So these are the final results. You know, this is what my average twist out looks like when it's on wet hair. You know, there's a couple of imperfections here. As I said, the part that didn't curl very well, I'm just kind of tucking that, and you can maintain that a little bit better, just kind of twisting that back up and re-rolling that if you really wanted to, if it's something that bothers you. But this is good enough. You know, you're on the go, hair is fresh, or would be fresh if you would unravel it that first day. But you know, you can get another couple of days of a style out of this. So this is my typical flat twist out on damp hair. All right, I hope this video was super helpful, and I hope that you can start using this flat twist style or the twist style in your hairstyle rotation. But before I leave, just want to remind you that if you enjoy this video or any of my other videos, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know every week when I post a new video. So thanks so much. Enjoy your week, enjoy your new hairstyle, and I'll see you guys soon.